I'm so sorry. Hello there. My name is Kira, and this is episode 29 of our Let's Play Sunless Skies. As you can tell, I am engaged in a bit of a battle. I'm having some issues here, so give me 2 secs. Unfortunately, for some reason, the HMS things are attacking me, so I'm attacking it back, pretty much. I refuse to be bowed. I refuse to give up. I am going to murderize them because they've tried to murderize me first. And I don't approve of it. So that's what we're up to. I just literally left port and they were fighting Tekidis, so I kind of like was, oh my god, I literally just ran myself into 2 bouts of them. Oh my god, there we go. Oh, God's sakes. That was hard. Right. Raid the hold? Sure, why not? And I need one more. I don't need a chart. I'm good with charts. Right. Okay, now that I am no longer dying or killing. Hi, and welcome back. My name is Kira, and this is episode 29. And because I'm playing Sunless Skies, I decided to dress a little bit, Victorian? Not really. I just wore a dress that I quite like, so I'm quite happy with that. I mean, look, my wardrobe is literally sitting there being completely wasted because all I'm wearing these days is a t-shirt and like shorts. So I figure whilst I'm making some of these videos, I might as well get some of the other clothes out of my wardrobe and actually wear them. So I am. Why not? I'm like basically like cosplaying inside my own house. So no one else can. Okay, that's bullshit because you guys are seeing it. But hey, it gives me something to do. I'm just having a little bit of fun. Anyway, so let's just strip her for repairs. We just need to repair some hull, and of course we get the rich marauder. But it's fine. We'll be able to deal with it swiftly, I hope. There we go. Before it could even hit us once, we're doing very well when it comes to combat. So we're probably going to be staying around this region for a little bit because we still have to deal with... we have to find a way to go to the Blue Kingdom. So we've found all of the ports and stuff that's in... that's in Albion. So now it's time to go to the Blue Kingdom, which is where the dead people are, apparently. And that sounds pretty dangerous. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually go around and do all of the prospects and stuff that I can for about an hour or 2. And then I'm basically going to come back at that point and let you know whether I've been able to completely upgrade my ship or not, and if anything interesting happens along the way, then we'll share that. So I'm going to be recording everything, but generally I'm going to be farming some money. Basically, I need to upgrade all of my ships. I want to have the biggest ship with the best of the arrays and stuff available, so that when we go to the Blue Kingdom, we're not going to get our asses kicked like we do when we're in Albion still. So I just need to make sure that the capability of the ship is completely upgraded. So that's what we're going to do. You know, we want to be prepared. Not end up like our previous captain and have to deal with some terrible issues. Let's eat something. Reduce our terror. So I'll meet you then. Right, so we're in New Winchester, and I don't think we've actually gone through this event, so I'm going to have a look. It says, recent news, a downed locomotive in Hybris. A Tekidi engine's gone down in the fungal jungles of Hybris, being a remote and mysterious colony on the very verge of the ridge. The town crier pauses for breath and enters an alarming coughing fit, having inhaled a lungful of smoke. An enterprising stovepipe claps him sharply on the back. Thanks, he sputters. Are there any brave captains willing to rescue these poor souls from the perfidy and mushrooms and such like? Sure, set up a call. The rescue of a Tekity engine offers opportunities and not necessarily just for the Tekities. Cometh the hour. Cheers go amongst the crowd as you step forward. God bless you, Captain, the crier says, his eyes awash with tears, though that could just be the smog. New Winchester needs more of such stock. Where now is the heroes of the blockade? He hands you the report, which reveals the engine was last seen heading to Hybris. He runs on, calling for a state of perpetual revolution to a mixed response from the crowd. Right, I needed a Sky story for that. I didn't realize. Anyway, so we've done that. I'll just get a new crew member. But I think everything else is to be expected. So I'll just see you later. By the way, I'm trying to get all of the port reports because our signaler person wants all of the port reports from the entire area. So that's what we're going to be trying to do for him. Right. 5. Right, okay, so I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that we actually had a couple of things we needed to do in New Winchester, including dropping off our incautious driver to the family doctor. So let's do that. A silver plaque on the door bearing only a name indicated this as the address of the New Winchester's most exclusive practice, an immediate appointment. While the doctor conducts her examination, the driver asks you to update their old records with the current employment. You take a moment's pleasure in the driver's ridiculous middle name and pass over the field on gender, straightforwardly crossed out. Their address was last an eye-raising, prestigious New Winchester townhouse. You amend it to the name of your locomotive. Oh, the doctor says, peering into the driver's ear. A case of verdancy, a fungal colonization of the brain, not uncommon in the reach. You've noticed uncharacteristic impulses, change in behavior? She eyes the driver's sky suit and scarves. The driver nods. Yes, the spores root deeply in the brain. Attempts to extract them have been less than satisfactory results. I'm afraid the best prescription is to entertain them. Take them to where they want to go. See the things they want to see. Typically, a little travel does the job. They'll soon lose interest. Really? You have a fungal infection and you're just going to let it go? That does not sound like a brilliant idea. Right, so we've also been told to deliver some honey. And that was some time ago. The parsimonious chairman told us to bring some honey. So let's deliver the honey. And success. 60% chance, but success. The proprietress sighs as you make the request. All for peace again, I suppose. She pockets the honey and ushers you out. The ironical reformist emerges from the back door of the round table to a chorus of cheers. She begins a speech on the rights of man, the dignities of labour, the promise made at the blockade. Amongst the firelight, there's nods and murmurs of approval. Then she makes a mistake. She begins to speak of hours lost in green gardens on the other side of the glass. Honey mazed! The cry goes out. The crowd begins to disperse. Okay, I sabotaged something. Well, we've gained 5 fortunes for the stovepipes, so yay. And there's commotion happening, so let's go and have a look at that. The mid-morning calm is shattered by furious yelling in the distance. The pharmacists are causing trouble again. The pharmacist? The pharmacist? It's the Psalms, right? No one says the palms. Psalms? Anyway, I should know better. I had a Catholic school education. We had religion class. Just been a while, you know. Chaplet Street is lined with gleaming churches dedicated to every conceivable deity, sect, or heresy. Lovely. Religious freedom. Nice to know. And there is a corner of Chaplet Street nestled between a crematorium and a tobacco shop where the city's least popular temples have been segregated. On this grubby and profane little corner, a group of yellow-collared vicars are trying to make themselves heard above the furious yelling of a gaunt priest. The psalmist seems to be getting into an unholy row with the new sequencers. As you approach, psalmists pour from their ramshackle church and charge. What? What? Ooh. So we have a choice to wade in with our fists and fight the priests, which I think is a bit rubbish. You shouldn't punch priests. And I'm not saying that just because my uncle is a church minister, and I respect him a great deal. He's a lovely, lovely guy. I I just generally don't think that you should be attacking anyone. I think all battery is bad in general, which makes playing video games kind of funky. But anyway, attempt to mediate the dispute. You can't imagine what common grounds exist between a cult who reveres the Bible curses and a cult who worship Albion's son, but you'll find it. Let's try to mediate. I've only got 56% to chance of success, but why not? Oh, success! Yes! They have rewarded me evil for good. What? Okay. You step between the warring priests and beg them to decease for the good of their reputations. The sequences mutter amongst themselves and withdraw to their temple. The constables arrive to find the psalmists jeering and finger-flinging stones at the sequences' retreating backs. This again, one of the constables pinches the bridge of her nose. She pulls a slip of paper from her pocket and hands it to the psalmist's head priest. We're shutting your church down, effective immediately. You've been nothing but trouble since you arrived. The priest stares at the paper. He sits heavily on the church's doorstep. Right. Hang on. What? You have been asked to ferry the 13 psalmists to the White Well in the Blue Kingdom? Blue Kingdom? Oh, God. Everyone wants me to go to the fucking Blue Kingdom. God damn it. Anyway, the psalmist priest throws himself at your feet. I kneel before you twice scorned, he says. Once by my former congregation and now again by the prejudiced machinations of the city. Please take us aboard your train. He pulls a tattered map from his equally tattered robes. Here, the White Well in the Blue Kingdom, where the dead go. We'll build anew there. We'll spread our word even beyond the veil. Sure. Why not? The twice scorned priest's haggard face lights up for a moment. For this you'll escape condemnation. I doubt it. Let his children be vagabonds. The psalmist of the cursing church. Cursing church? Right. Are so overjoyed that a few of them attempt to smile. It's a terrible thing to feel. What kind of smile do you need to have that it would be a terrible thing to behold a smile? Like every smile is lovely, isn't it? And everyone's lovely. In their own ways, everyone is lovely and everyone's beautiful. That's all that matters. They settle back into their habitual frowns as they gather their meager belongings and file onto your train. Lovely. I have a whole bunch of psalmists. And a devil. And a princess on board of my ship. This is starting to become a problem. My ship's getting crowded. I'm fine. Stress me? No. Not stressed at all. But anyway, so I have to actually get port reports from pretty much everywhere for my lovely signal guy. So I'm in the process of doing that, but I also have got people to deliver, etc., etc. So I'm just going to make the rounds. We've done this and this, so I'm just going to... I also need the Magdalena's reports, but I'm basically, I think, going to go up and around, maybe. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Actually, I'm really curious as to what's happening in Hybris, so I might go to Hybris first. We'll go to Hybris first. I've also taken some prospects, so we can make more money. The shit thing is that because I have to give the signaler all the fucking reports, I'm not going to be able to make any money off them. That's like 600 sovereigns and I'm not going to be able to make. But whatever. I will see you when something interesting happens. Well, when we get to, Hybris. Or find the lost ship, something. We'll figure it out. Oh dear. Alright, so we've made it to Hybris. I've also been killing everything on the way. There's been a lot of murderizing. Let's get the cruise morale up. So we're in Hybris, but... Okay, so we'll write the port report. Alright, let's have a look for the downed locomotive. The bogs and marshes of Hybris are dense and obscure with rotting fungus, but somewhere in the interior a locomotive has gone down. You lead a small team through the slopesome marshes and groaning fungal forests, where the drones of insects infected by fruiting spikes of fungus drown out all other sound. Hidden deep in the bogs, oops, sorry, phone issues, you would have almost passed by the fallen engine. The Tekiri engineer rises from the marsh like a stick in the water, battered and smoking. Oh, help the crew. A few Tekiris are attempting to rescue the lower quarters whilst others are sending clumpy mushroom smoke signals up through the fungal canopy. We could abandon them and then let the Windward Company know. We're not going to do that. They need help, clearly, and some people are dying, so let's help them out. Oh god, we've lost 10 fortunes with stovepipes. We need to get the stovepipes back up, otherwise we're going to end up in the same bloody situation as we did last time, where the Tekiris take over and stovepipes are absolutely fucked over. But anyway, you order the crew to pitch in, donning wetsuits and gathering cloths about your mouth. The leader of the Tekiris is the second lieutenant. Captain went down when we were hit off the White Archers, who guide you through the creaking engine. The ramshackle locomotive is seeping with marsh water and reeks of damp. Dragging out unconscious crew and salvaging supplies takes hours, but the lieutenant refuses to leave a man behind. As night draws in, she goes in with you one last time. At the bottom of the engine, all but sunk in the marsh, is heavy box that takes two to carry out. We can get passage from here. Couldn't lose this. Right. I guess there's nothing else we can do. We can scavenge the settlement. And we've gained 3 fuel and 1 supply. We're going to have to jettison something. Let's jettison something. We have too much of everything. We're going to have to get rid of, I think, 1 fuel and 1 supply. I don't want to get rid of any of this stuff because it's actually kind of valuable. So we'll hold on to the rest. But off we go. So now that we've been to Hybris, I've been to there. How many port reports do I have? Possessions. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more to be able to make my navigator happy. But once I get that, I will show you what the story unfolds with the navigator, or how the story unfolds with the navigator. Until then, I will be flying through the skies. No, not the bats, not the bats, not the bats, not the bats. Can they fight each other? Oh my god, I haven't killed one of these before. I've killed one of these before. Okay. Anyways. It's taking a lot of rounds. I've hit it a couple of times, but it doesn't seem to be doing any damage. Significant damage anyway. Oh, I was worried about that attack. It looks like it's bleeding. Yes, I killed it! Kind of feel bad. Its wings are perforated and torn, its head lolls like a broken toy. It is still. The curator's wings have curled in death, swaddling its body. The lumps suggest concealed items, but you'll need to unfurl the wings to investigate. Alright, let's search for treasures. What is it going to have? An engineer offers you a crowbar to assist with the creature's wings. It is easy enough to hook it onto one of the forearms, but the bone fractures when you apply force. You are forced to don a second pair of gloves to peel the wings open by the claws. Examine the creature's collection? Sure. The curator carries items using a tight net harness. There is fleshy, leathery quality to the fine cords. The net bulges, its cords straining against its contents. When cut, the strings fly back, flicking against the glass of your helmet. The contents spew force. It is a short rod with a bristle of brass spines at one end. Is it a key? A plaque of adamant, stamped with blazing sigil. It's too bright to consider directly and melts several mirrors when you try to examine it more obliquely. Is it a passphrase, a beacon, finally a doorknob as found in a typical middle-class London home? 4 otherworldly artifacts. Yay. Now, there we go. Whew. Killing a lot of things today. I will, once again, see you when something interesting happens. I'm probably going, I think generally this is going to take a little while for me to get everything ready. So once I've, maybe it might be an episode or two, because I am coming across little interesting bits that is making it kind of impossible to not share with you guys. So it might take me a little while to do my farming and stuff, but once I do all of that, then I will, be able to go to the Blue Kingdom, because I'm excited to find out what the secrets are. And I kind of really want to do a playthrough with the truth as the thing to see exactly what's required to meet that requirement. Finding the truth. Maybe I can find out the secrets behind the crown and all that stuff. But either way. Right, so I'm in Titania. And the good thing about Titania is that, remember how there was a whole thing with the cloister bees attacking and there was a whole big drama about it? Well, they kind of wanted to know which kind of government they should set up to, deal with situations like this, blah, blah, blah. And one of the requirements was that we must visit Albion to be able to advocate for Albion. And the other one is to go to Euceria or something like that, and then we can advocate for them. But we're going to advocate for Albion this time, at any rate, for this playthrough that I'm doing. Because we are all for Queen Victoria and her renewed majesty. That's what we're doing. So that's what I've advocated for. A slice of home in the reach, says a stone-faced sculptor. A sturdy rock from which we can help guide the future. That is it. A direction is agreed. The stone-faced sculptor is quick to capitalize on this moment of agreement. Before the day is out, the docks at least have familiar Albion looks to them. The rest of the port will take a little longer before it's ready for expansion. Each captain in your lineage will be able to choose another expansion for Titania until the port is completed. You can also donate to its progress to continue expanding it with a single captain, but this will be more expensive as development continues. The more you expand the port, the more bargains, prospects, and other opportunities will be made available, with individual buildings offering one booth per captain. Right. So we got an affiliation for Bohemia. Let's assist with port repairs. Alright, let's pay for all port repairs. The maid is speechless. This will be more than sufficient. Thank you. The port unfurls itself. No, we know that bit. Contribute funds. Oh wow, that's a lot of money. 1,000. You know what? I can't do that. That's a little bit too much. What does the mayor want? Okay, you know what? That's it. We're going to move on from here. I'm also going to say thank you so much for watching. I am really sorry that I kind of couldn't finish everything off this episode. I will definitely try my best to get as much of things done as possible in the next episode. It is literally just because things are just popping up that, hang on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Hang on, never mind. I think we can actually fulfill the requirements for our signaler. So let's have a look. Because if we can do that, then I'll end the episode with that. Hang on, I don't need any of that. I just need to be able to speak to my signaller. Yes! Ask him if he's seen enough of the Reach. As you stopped off at each port on your journey, the signalman spoke with other signalers. He is filled with a set of dog-eared notebooks and is now collating their content into a book. Every corner of the sky. He stiffens as you approach, as if you've caught him doing something he shouldn't. People outside the trade don't understand how signaling works. Every port, every corner of the sky has its own sign and messages. It's a right mess. I've been cataloguing them. There's semaphores, the lamp language, the badges, the passphrases. Not that anyone will ever read it. He puts the pages into his all suddenly embarrassed. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask. Travelling has stirred up old memories. I would like to visit a friend in London. We'll find her at Steam and Sapphire Yards. She won't remember me, but I should try. Okay, we can take him to London. Ask him how he came to work for the Isambard line. Misfortune, I suppose. Tried to join the Navy. Wanted to do my bit, so I go down to the recruitment office, sign all their papers, answer all their questions. Halfway through the physical, the doctor just stops, packs his things away. I can't admit you, he says. Why not, I ask. I reckon I'll exercise a bit, try again a few months, see? Your heart beats irregular, says the doctor. The first time a shell goes off within earshot, you'll drop dead. And that's how I learned how to work hard. Had to rethink my plans after that. He's totally on the wrong ship. Locomotive. You know what I mean? Right, we need to take him to London. Does he want anything? I can't do anything with him until I have tea. I need honey for the other one. Why is she traveling? Why is our princess traveling? For a change, she says. After all, I'm a princess. The ambition of any princess worthy of the name is not to remain so. Hang on. In the bazaar, is there honey? Nectar. Alright, let me just sell one fuel real quick so that we can get the honey to speak to this guy and see what he wants. Everyone wants something, and I'm too curious about all these stories. Right, restore the clay conductor's voice. The clay conductor has taken to a berth in the back of your locomotive. He has made no attempt to personalize his cabin. All of his things, including the urn of his friend's dust, are stuffed into a suitcase that sits foreignly on the floor. He performs his duties with prodding diligence. He keeps up the maintenance of the engine, ensures things run as you would wish them to, and ostensibly looks after the crew. He does not socialize, and when not working, keeps to his bunk. Well, let's give him his voice back. You've overheard him attempting to sing, but he gave up quickly. His voice was gravelly and out of practice. Some nectar might help to lubricate the vocal cords. A friend in need. The clay conductor fetches a spoon and several lumps of sugar. He mashes the lumps into honey and gargles the concoction. When he's done, you wrangle a little of his past from him. The clay conductor was in the clay choirs. His dead companion was a very talented clay chorister. I have hopes of finding someone with a good voice again. One cannot be a chorus alone. I heard tell of a clay man in the Rosary Mausoleum. The clay conductor trails off, clearly desiring your assistance but unsure how to formulate the question. He stares at your feet instead. Well, we'll take him to the mausoleum. Yeah, what's with the Christmas card, Auntie? The calendar council. One tick, dearie. Just looking for... Aha! The clink of glass. Your aunt rises from the open suitcase, clutching a dusty bottle of brandy. We've got to get to Pan. In Eleuthera. That's where February is. Though she wasn't February when I knew her. She has my opposite number back in... But you want answers. February's on the calendar council, the revolutionary leadership. The Christmas card will get us into the winter's reside. Your aunt brandishes the bottle. She has a fondness for brandy. I've been saving this for if I ran into her again. It should get us into her good graces. She'll be able to tell us what we want, what went on at St. Dunstan's. Maybe that's in relation to the whole truth thing. Okay, what does the devil want? Devil wants honey. Right, we'll get some honey for the fricking devil as well. Why not? Let's waste all of our money. Alright, what do you want, devil? Okay, let's ask him. What? Oh, I need a cage close to bee, not a honey. God damn. I need tea and honey to be able to speak to him. Well, I don't have tea. 2 teas and 2 honeys? Really? That's ridiculous. Well, converse with the incautious driver. They've only been more restless since the appointment. A communion with Verdancy. The incautious driver paces back and forth, clicking their tongue. It must have been the crash in the nature reserve. My father sent me there to take a nice quiet job. I always did love botany, but when they pulled me from the wreckage, I had new dreams to follow. I thought they were mine. Now how can I be sure? A new resolve watches over their face as they turn back, eyes sharp and sparkling with a flicker of emeralds. Either way, I know where I have to go. All Tom's well. Give me the wheel, Captain. I have an appointment to keep. The well lies to the east of New Winchester. Right. I guess we have to go to New Winchester somewhere. We know about them. This one won't do anything. Alright, so we've kind of, sort of figure out where we need to go, what we need to do. So let's go and do all of that. But that will be in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I really actually love this game. As I said, I was planning to just retire the captain. It wouldn't be that difficult. But I can't. I just want to keep playing. So I'm going to play as long as I want to keep playing. And I will continue to make these videos. And I hope you enjoy them. I'm also streaming a little bit. I'm trying to learn to stream, I guess, a little bit on Twitch. Just for, once again, a sense of routine. Having a set schedule and doing things by a schedule is something that my rehab person has recommended. And socializing, even if it's through the internet, is good for me. And also dressing properly and sitting in a chair, as reclined as I am, is also good for me. So I'm trying to basically use the internet and YouTube and Twitter as a rehab format. It seems to be working well. I have no complaints. But yes, so if you want to maybe join me for a stream or so, please do. I hope you enjoy these videos. But most of all, as always, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Mwah!